Welcome everybody to episode 100 of the PhoneBuzz podcast, recorded September 9th, 2021. Got a fantastic episode for you this week. Amazon starts taking their germs. Apple gets ready to unveil the unlucky 13, and we look at possibly the dumbest hot takes of all time. But first, my name is Evan Krause. I'm joined by Mr. Christian Crawford.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Doing excellent. Per usual, we out here. What's up?
We making it.
Yeah. What's up.
Devin Davenport.
Heyo, what's good? How's it going?
How you doing?
You know, living life like Larry, as we always do.
Living like Larry.
Live like 365.
Yeah, there we
Work
go.
hard, play hard.
Well, boys, any weekly check-ins, updates?
I think we got to front this one by saying it's episode 100.
Whoa! Woo!
Mother,
Yeah!
mother is 100. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we there. We there. And you know, nothing else special happens because of that, but it's a cool number to look at and a milestone in Poopcast history. So first podcast ever to make it to 100 episodes. Can you believe that?
That's insane. We did it, guys. First ones ever.
That's major cap.
Nah, I don't wear hats.
No.
Anyways,
Do you wear toboggans? Because the cappage that's coming from you is too much.
no.
It's too much.
It's too much.
I am not down with the cold weather, so I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, no, in actual real weekly check-ins, I forgot what we were doing. In actual check-ins, have your guys' Twitter apps gotten the update to the new layout?
I don't really do
No.
Twitter.
What?
Yeah.
You don't do Twitter?
You saw my Twitters. My tweets.
His
Oh,
old
yeah.
tweets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
oldest dirt tweets.
Can you scroll down a little bit? Yes, I think you have the new one.
Oh, are you talking about with the upvotes, downvotes, and other things of that nature?
No, it's
excuse
like nice. It's like media previews are larger and take up more space. So
Oh.
it looks more similar to Reddit than old Twitter.
You know
Yes.
what's funny?
What?
I can't remember if there was a specific app or I want to say it's Instagram or something. Something somewhere soon is going to make it where the whole picture or all the media just takes up the entire phone screen.
That was a thing that. What's up, Kat?
What?
That was the thing Twitter was rumoring. It might have been Twitter, or do you know
That's
that
what
it
I
wasn't?
thought.
Okay.
I thought it was Twitter, but I didn't want to
Yeah, because
say that it was.
they talked about expanding like the image previews, which is basically what's happening. So now instead of everything being like uniform in size, which I thought was totally fine because you could see more tweets in one thing.
Yeah.
Now it's just massive. And the thing that I noticed first is whenever I opened the Twitter app, it was like a McDonald's ad, and that was full screen. I was like, "What the hell is this?" Like
It's just a
full
major
screen.
frying.
Yeah, the entire of my iPhone 12 Pro Max was a McDonald's ad, and I'm like, "This is the dumbest thing ever." I'm really upset by it. I don't like how much it looks like Reddit. I liked it because you could see more on one page, and it wasn't so like in your face about. You could just get through more. I don't know. It unnecessarily and what's the right word? Irrationally upset me when I saw it.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm
makes
still
sense,
upset.
though. I mean, I would be kind of pissed off. Whoa. I'd be a little pissed off, too, myself, if I got on my phone, especially with a 12 Max.
Yeah, like a big screen. Like
That's a massive display. Imagine if it was on the fold. It just took up the entire thing.
That's the thing. See,
would
that's
be
exactly
massive.
that's exactly one of the reasons I don't like the fold is because when you go on Instagram or Reddit
just
or
that.
Twitter, it does exactly that.
I would cry.
Yeah.
I would want to cry.
It doesn't. You don't see any extra. It's just the same thing. Yeah, whatever. Made that point numerous times. Stupid. You're exactly right though. So dumb. So dumb. That's my check-in.
You guys okay?
I'm okay. Yeah. We got more
sure?
rants. I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm keeping the energy high and up for this one. I'm excited. It's 100.
for it.
It's 100.
I'm here for it, man.
Go.
Let's go. We made it.
You guys ready for this DLC?
Yes, I
Yes.
also have one.
So this
Devin's Learning Corner, DLC, extra content.
So, do you know what conjugal visits are?
I do. I said that too quickly.
Yeah, you did. Have you received a conjugal visit?
No, I've
sure?
never been in jail.
Well, have you
No, mother, I have not.
been on the participating end
No.
of a conjugal? Okay.
No.
Do you know what that is?
I don't.
Okay, well,
Really?
it's literally just a meeting where you have sex. That's it. It's
But specifically,
yeah, if you're in jail or in prison.
specifically for jail or prison.
Yeah.
Then why would I have that?
I don't know. I was asking him because he said it too quick. He was
He's
like, yes.
Yes.
I know exactly what that is.
I
so
still want
excited.
that gas.
Yes.
And you would better deliver.
That is good.
Oh my goodness.
I have one.
Yeah,
So there you go.
what's yours?
Ooh,
Oh,
what?
we learned more information.
I have one.
Evans?
Conjugal
I'm gonna
visit?
pull it up.
Oh.
Wait, oh.
What the heck is fugma? Bro Chacho? Well, can you fug my ass?
I knew it. I f***ing knew it. As soon as he showed me that earlier, like literally right before we started to record, he said, fuck my. I was like, it's going to be f*** my ass or f*** something.
Okay, we'll play it one more
So
time.
many beliefs to
We'll
do.
play it one more time for the group.
Fugma. What the heck is fugma? Bro Chacho? Well, can you fug my ass?
The fact that it's a doctor.
Is that the same guy that does those stupid videos from before? He's like, I gotta bounce. Bounce on yo, boys. Peace out.
I don't know.
Is it the same guy? He does like,
Well, I mean, he
Like
dabbed
kids.
like that. Like you just.
he does like those dumb kid expressions, but in the most like white dad way possible.
Yeah,
probably him.
that seems about it.
Probably.
Oh my god, I got Trinity with one of those a couple months ago. I sent not that exact one, but I
Fugma.
sent it was in a group chat with her and America's favorite dad, Denton Olson, and I had sent her. I was like, I forgot what we were talking about, but I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'll be okay with that with the new Sigma variant going around. And she's like, and Denton told her afterwards. I learned this. He's like, don't respond to that. Like, don't say anything. And she crashed and she said, what's Sigma? And Sigma nuts. So,
Damn.
I was proud. That's like one of the only ones I've truly gotten a person on. It was
Well, congrats.
yeah,
Sigma.
lots of historical moments this week.
I would have definitely went with the Ligma route.
Yeah, but I feel like that one. I feel like even casuals kind of know that. You know,
Oh, what about CDs?
that's a good one.
Not as many people
Tapes
know
and CDs?
Yeah,
You want to know?
CDs nut.
I'm going to tape this to your forehead so you can see these nuts. Wow.
I hate you guys. I'm gonna have so much.
just
I am
white this
so
whole
sorry.
section.
Just cut it. Just cut all of this.
Screw Devin's learning corner.
Devin's learning corners canceled.
I know.
Actually, it wasn't even that. That was your fault. I blame
that
you.
was your fault. Okay,
Yeah.
I was very nice and clean today.
The OC extended content.
Okay, but I do have a check-in though.
Yeah, what's up?
Of some sorts.
Yeah.
I was actually listening to a lot of like the older episodes and everything like that. I kind of convinced myself that I'm gonna probably get this iPhone 13.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Look
Big
at you.
news.
Yeah. I really thought about it. I was like, well, I haven't seen what Samsung's gonna come out with.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care.
Doesn't
Interesting.
There's-
That actually. Yeah, go for it.
If there's like a color that's remotely close to even what this drink looks like, which is kind of like a
Orangey.
orangey kind of
They're saying there
gold,
is.
I'm there.
They're saying there is.
Give me all, like, take my money.
His mango is to get a new iPhone.
Yeah. So yeah,
Da-da-da-da-da.
I think that was all I had.
Well, nice. Actually, we'll talk about that a little bit more too.
Okay,
because
sweet, dope.
that will come into play.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. What check-ins you got?
Devontae.
Nothing. Oh, I guess the only one is this is going back.
That's
Yeah.
another thing I did notice.
Rest in
This
peace.
man has no check-ins.
Yeah, that
I don't
happens.
have very many. I don't. Yeah, you used to have a lot because I botch all the time,
So
but now I don't as much.
Oh, that was another thing. I am gonna break and get some RGB fans.
Oh, that's a subtle weave from last week, or was it 2 weeks ago, where you mentioned getting RGB fans?
I think it was last
I think it
week.
was last week. Yeah.
So many subplots in these episodes.
Yeah.
I like when they come to fruition.
Yep. But yeah, that's all. That's
Good.
it. That's all.
Nice.
About time.
You? Anything? I feel like what? Go for it.
NFL starts today.
Yes, that does come into play too. Damn it! Actually, yeah. Let's actually just go right into it. So it's time for our first segment of the night. It's Twitter takes, trash or toit. We're gonna look at some hot, spicy takes, the best that Twitter has to offer this week, and yeah, just debate: are they trash or are they toit? First one. This is another thing that irrationally upset me, and I want to see if you guys agree. So this is from at Brian McDuff, BMA Cadillac is his handle. And it says, hot take, we don't need volume buttons on iPhones anymore. And at control-shift_tech responded, agreed. Between the control panel and being able to change volume with Siri, it isn't needed.
No.
Okay.
Who the is using Siri to change the volume.
That was my question.
Or control panel. This is trash.
Control panel?
Yeah.
Well, like the,
your notification center or your
Yeah, I
top
do that
right.
all the time.
that
Yeah.
I use that whenever.
Why are you looking at me like that?
It's like he's a psycho.
He said you're fucking mental. The only reason why I do that is because I changed my setting for these things
Yes,
to actually
that was
adjust
exactly
the
what I
ringer.
was gonna say. Yep, I did that just to see how I would like it, and then I realized today I was like, wait, I can go in and change that because I hate it. To where like the side buttons will change the ringer volume first instead of media.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, that's how mine are set up.
That's the only time I ever use Control Center for volume.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. This is a garbage take. I hate this take so much.
Yeah, it's
I think it's pretty nice. I mean, like, I like it because also, like, if you use just the control panel or whatever it's called, like, you can adjust it to just the right value.
It's true.
So
I
that's one thing I do like.
Why not both though?
That's it.
Why do you have to get rid of the volume power
Oh.
button? I agree we don't need smartphones. We don't need volume buttons on
Right.
smartphones, but it's very convenient and nice to have. And some things are better with just analog physical switches and buttons.
That's fair.
That's my take.
Okay.
And my analogy there, because I wrote this down, is cars. Have you guys ever gotten to a car where the climate controls are in the touchscreen? It's really only on like newer ones and like higher end cars. But have you ever gotten one that does it?
did it count today? Did that count?
Kind of, actually, yeah. It kind of does
It was
because
trash.
What do you mean today?
There was a car that we
gosh.
were checking out, and yeah, it had climate control stuff in. It wasn't like physical buttons; it was like capacitive, but they were definitely broken. And that's the thing is like once those things
Once
are
those things are f***ed, it's
yeah, once it's broken, you can't use it anymore. And if it's in the dash or if it's in the infotainment system, you just have to dig through all those different systems to get to that one specific setting. Whereas on like other cars or any other car besides that, you just turn a knob or flip a switch. There's some things that should not be digital, and this is one of them. I hate
I
this
agree with
take
that.
so hard.
okay. You swung me. This is
fair.
trash.
Let's go. Give it a trash for me too. I'm sure BMA Cadillac is a cool guy, but I did not like your take. I don't think these guys did. All right. Second one here.
Actually, the
Yeah,
Cadillac was trash.
Yeah, it was a Cadillac.
It's a Cadillac.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize that. Hopefully we didn't insult this man too much.
Too bad.
Rip.
Okay, so the next one comes to us from, it's a quote tweet from friend of the show, Max Weinbach. The original tweet comes to us from @OneStepJourney. It says, Max, if you had to pick one OS operating system for the next year, would it be Android 12 or iOS 15? Because there has been that new redesign on Android 12, iOS 15 kind of chugging along and doing its thing. So Max replied, he said, Android 12 on a Pixel 6 Pro over iOS 15 on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, assuming we aren't considering services built into the device or that require the device. When we get into that, iOS just for the watch and FaceTime / iMessage. So he's basically saying on like looks alone, he would take Android 12 over iOS 15. But once you incorporate those services into it, he would take iOS back.
That's fair.
What do you guys think?
Oh, my bad.
Whoa.
Just this.
Oh, okay. Explain your reasoning.
I mean, he's got a pretty solid reason, like you said. Like I was listening to like a couple episodes back. I was saying I definitely liked just the way that everything looked on just Android. Like it just looked nice. It kind of had more pastels, kind of colorways to it, and everything like that. And like I do like Apple's bubble kind of effect to all of it.
Rounded circle or
Yeah.
rounded square. Rounded
There
square.
you go, rounded square.
A rounded box.
Yeah, whatever.
Everything's a rounded box.
So yeah, I do like that on there, but I do prefer the looks on Android. But when it does come down to everything, like the actual uses of the apps and everything, yeah,
It's
Apple's
fantastic.
got it way better.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Huge.
What do you think? What do you think?
No, I'm right there with you. I think Android 12, there's a lot of customability
Customization.
That too.
with Android 12. So like overall, for me, that if you were looking at specifically, like a Pixel 6 or something, that's where it would come into effect. But yeah, I can't not have FaceTime or iMessage anymore. Like that trumps everything at this point. But so I agree.
I'm in a very similar boat. I will say aesthetically, I like what Android 12 is doing. I like how it changes based on the wallpaper. That is something that I have always loved. And on the Samsung phones in years past that I've had, I always manually went in and did that and changed it with my wallpaper. The problem is I change my wallpaper like twice a day sometimes. And so I would have to go and change all that stuff because, reasons. So I do like how it looks. To your point, and something you noted too, is I don't like how heavy the UI elements are now on Android 12. So
Yeah.
functionality wise,
not as great.
out of the like preview I used on the 4A very limitedly, I was not a fan. I hope that changes, and I hope I can get my hands on an Android phone that changes my mind. But one thing I really do like, this is the smallest thing, but I love the home swipe animation on iPhones. I love that so much. Like ever since that came out, I have always been a huge fan of how that looks and feels. Like everything, like moving between apps and doing like the quick
So
switch
fluid.
over and going home on the iPhone, like every time it's just
You're not wrong.
It's a hit of serotonin.
But I did actually recently rediscover that, and like, you can switch between apps by just swiping the bottom of the screen.
Isn't that dope?
Yeah, I was like mind blown.
Works really well. It has worked pretty well on Android phones, but it doesn't hold them in the RAM for as long, so there's a little bit of jitter whenever you switch back and forth between them. The iPhone's really good about not doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, with you guys too, I'd still take the services on the iOS ecosystem just because of iMessage. It's integrated in all the things now. Yeah. All right. Yes. Third tweet here. This is relating to the story earlier. So yes, the Bucks and Cowboys are playing today. By now, you know the result. They play actually right after we're done recording, so we're probably gonna go watch that. But so at Cowboys_fan talk, today will be the day the NFL realizes just how much they were sleeping on the Cowboys. And at Mr. Rod Nelson replied, lifelong Cowboy fan, they will lose by at least 2 touchdowns. And at Mukart replied, mediocrity since the late 90s. Get ready for another year of the same thing. Great marketing, not so great football team. So, where do your allegiances lie here? What do you think?
Quite.
Very tight
This is
take.
tight as hell take.
Also,
God, yeah, no, the Cowboys are trash. They're just.
oh,
I mean,
They
there you
have
go.
been historic, yes.
Yeah, no, they historically.
Since we were born.
I was about to say since we were born, like since I've been alive. Yeah, no, just not good. Like, yeah, they have great marketing. Like, they have a lot of good star power, but they just suck when you combine it all together. Like, you got Amari Cooper, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Dak Prescott, Zeke. All of them except for CeeDee Lamb, injury prone.
Yeah.
So it's like, the hell is the problem here? Like, what's the point? Like, you guys are trash.
Yeah. Sorry. First round Cowboys now.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your opinions on this?
I don't
Big
have
football
much.
guy?
No,
No. You want to be?
no, I just know they're trash. And, yeah.
Try it. Yeah, I'm hoping they're better. I of course would love to see nothing more than the Buccaneers lose tonight.
Truth. It's not happening. No.
It's not happening. I want it to happen, but it won't. So, yeah, it's a tight take. It's a tight take overall.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But hooray to the NFL being back finally.
Yes,
Jesus.
That's the thing. Like, I
Still-
don't care about either of these teams. I'm just excited to watch some football tonight. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, we still got nacho cheese left over too, and a bunch of booze to go through.
Let's go.
All right. This is not a take whatsoever, but this is a Twitter interaction, and I loved it because it describes Twitter so well. So the original tweet, and you probably saw this a couple weeks ago. It's from @IAFE_, and it says, there's a lot of question marks in between each of these words, so just pretend they're there. It says, do you ever get secondhand happiness? Like someone is happy, so you're happy because they're happy? And then @Genghis8 replied, Twitter MFers like the weirdest like, yes, I have empathy. Do you ever see these sorts of tweets? Like where people discover basic human elements and then tweet it out and then they get like
yes.
500,000
Literally
some odd likes?
everyone from my high school.
Yeah.
All of them.
Is that, I've noticed that with like, I don't know. That's not a fair statement because I feel like a boomer for saying it, but like younger crowds, like
it.
on the Twitter stuff, because
Okay,
like
boomer.
they're more. Shut up. They're more. They're online a lot more than previous generations were. So like, and with the pandemic, there's just not as much human interaction. Maybe that's a very old boomer take. I don't know.
No, I think you're pretty spot on.
I think there's something
are
to
boomers.
It's
it.
because, you
I am
know,
boomer.
us young kids, we were still developing how to be real adults and everything, and how to actually be a human being and express emotions and whatnot. And then COVID came and smacked us in
That
our
does
emotional
suck.
feels.
Yeah.
Guys are the same age.
Are we
I
really?
know.
Oh yeah, we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
96.
Yeah, boy.
Yep.
Us young
You little
kids.
baby.
You freaking young.
Us young kids.
Yeah, you young boys out here. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like when COVID first hit, I know like mental health was a huge thing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
AKA me. You know, it got a little dark in there, but you know, happens.
Are you an extrovert or an introvert? Do you get recharged by being around people or being by yourself?
Being by myself.
Okay.
But like, I am extroverted when I'm in groups of people.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, if I'm in a group, I'm super extroverted. If I'm one-on-one, you will not hear a peep from me.
Fair.
I don't know why.
Huh. It's a very real self-assessment.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Nicely done.
I know myself quite well.
Good. Okay, so the second part of this too is in the same vein. Somebody replied, it might not have even been part of the same one. I don't think it is. Somebody replied from @multiverse333. Being grossed out by another person's energy and mentality is such a real thing. And this guy replied, that's called disliking someone. And then they also replied, normalize not vibing to someone's toxic behavioral gaslighting so you can manifest mental energy. What? Who are you people? Just making fun of that whole lingo. These things sound really funny when I read them on Twitter, but when I read it out loud, it doesn't have the same impact, I've realized.
Like, that was just a lot.
Yeah,
that second tweet to that person was a lot.
It's like they're describing just not liking
Jesus.
somebody, but they're like toxic
said-
gaslighting.
Manifesting toxic gaslighting. Fuck. Wow,
It's like all the Gen Z buzzwords in one place.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Quite accurate.
I just wanted to share that because I thought that was funny. That gave me a chuckle throughout the week. All right, boys. I think it's time for... This is On That New, where we cover rumors and leaks and I guess new things from around the week. Who knows what this segment is? From, you guys actually might want to pull up the link where it says PlayStation event because that will be relevant. From Polygon, Sony's PlayStation showcase of the newest, biggest games coming to the PlayStation 5 was quite the flex. It actually just happened like a couple hours before we started recording.
Indeedy.
The 40-minute look at the console's first and third-party titles on the way this year and next provided trailers and announcements for 15 different games. Now, we, of course, don't have time to go over all of them, so we'll probably just pick and choose a couple of these trailers and see what's up. Did you watch this event live?
I tried to, but I had a meeting during this, so I couldn't. So I like caught the tail end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my friends, they were just tweeting out a bunch of the things that were being announced. So I was like, oof, I'm excited. My pants are so wet right now.
So just as a quick overview, so there was a remastered GTA 5 is coming, Gran Turismo 7 is coming, a new God of War, it's called Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of other smaller games. Spider-Man 2 is coming. Well, you know, not those ones. There's a new Uncharted.
There's new Wolf. There's a
I will say I am not a PlayStation person, so please take this away.
Okay. Like, I'm not either, but like just this stuff alone, just from the showcase, makes me like I told myself in my head while recapping or watching snippets here and there, I was like, I'm gonna have to buy a PS5.
Really?
That's just it. I'm gonna have to, unfortunately.
For which ones?
All of them being announced. Like, you have Wolverine, you have a remake of Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I used to play that one all the time
Yep.
on OG Xbone.
Remake.
Nice. Okay.
Just for the PlayStation.
Nice.
Same thing with the
Not
Wolverine.
nice.
Yeah, not nice for us PC
Yeah.
people or
That's- I got it.
Xbox people.
I can play it.
Actually,
No one
it's
cares,
not
Evan.
nice at all.
Get out of here, Evan. No
So
one
yeah,
cares.
you. Anyway, but yeah, and then also the Spider-Man 2. Chef's kiss.
Oh, that trailer looks dope.
Insane. Insanity.
How long is
You want to watch any of
Watch
this?
it?
That one's actually shorter. It's like a minute.
Yeah, let's watch that one.
I don't think YouTube will have a problem with it.
It's free advertising.
It's free real estate.
I still need to do that. Don't worry about it. I would explain, but
I'm too young to understand.
yep.
All right. Look at a dark scene in New York City, whatever the city's called.
For as
Blow it up
long
with
as
a
I
big
can
screen.
remember, I have looked for an equal. One who could push me.
Spider-Man's beating
One
people
who
up.
could surprise me.
Iron Spider and then Miles comes out of nowhere.
One who could even beat me. Yet all I found is disappointment.
I love it.
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
Here he comes.
We will.
The only reason why I'm so excited about that alone, I said Batman. Well, yes, I'm Batman. I'm a Batman. My favorite Vine of all time. Well, not of all time, but one of my favorites is, "Hey Jimmy, what do you want for dinner?"
Max, what do you want for dinner?
Justice. Takes out his law. I love that one.
Fantastic.
But yes, I'm also a Spider-Man fan. And then the
a
fact
whore.
that you get to play as Peter Parker, and hopefully you also get to play as Miles.
I can't imagine they would limit it to one, right?
I mean,
that'd be a weird sort of FU to the face of everybody.
it would be, like, especially if it's like a sequel and you've already had 2 successful games of Spider-Man and then the Miles Morales game. Like, if you just limited it to just one of them, I think I would be rather pissed off.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because this also gives us possibility for the symbiote suit and then also Miles Morales as a symbiote.
That'd be dope.
That would be pretty
I know nothing about any of that, but that sounds really cool. The last Spider-Man game I played like religiously was, I think the one probably most people played, the Spider-Man 2 on original Xbox.
Yep.
I played the crap out of the game. It was so fun.
PlayStation.
It was like one of the first big open world games that I really got into. It was so fun. So much stuff to do.
So yeah.
Actually, probably not in hindsight, but at the time it was like, this is amazing. This is awesome.
It really wasn't
This
a
is
whole
great.
lot. Just a lot of swinging around in the city.
Yeah, I'm punching people in the face.
Yep.
Love it. Love to see it.
And new Call of Duty's coming out.
Yeah, speaking of punching people in the face.
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
How does that one look? Isn't there like alpha gameplay out
called-
so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's alpha.
How's it looking?
Mighty
you played
fun.
it?
I've not played it yet.
Oh.
I definitely thought about getting it for alpha, but it's supposed to release in November. I think the 7th. It looks really good. It looks really fun. It plays off of the Modern Warfare engine.
Yeah, I'm like seeing a lot of mixed reviews on this thing. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, it's insane," and a lot of people were like, "This thing is literally just a reskin of World at War, just with modern engines."
Interesting. I've not heard that one yet.
I mean, all Call of Duties are just reskins of the previous ones.
Basically,
Don't at me.
Pretty much.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. It's a more. There was a game, Modern Warfare, or not Modern Warfare 2. Jeez. World. I don't know. What was it called? Just World War II. What was the?
Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah, and it just wasn't good. Everyone hated it.
No,
Pros
it was
hated it.
so dirt.
It was so trash.
It was so.
Oh, the one like 3 years ago?
Yeah,
Even
but
the
this one
zombies
is.
was dirt.
Yeah, this
I'm
one's
actually
good.
kind of excited though because this one has. I wanted to say active. No, Treyarch. It has Treyarch actually working on the zombies for this game.
Yeah.
So
Were they the ones that made the OG?
Yep.
So I'm excited about that part. Of course, I'm gonna be a slut and buy it.
It's $70 this year. They took it up
Excuse
another
me?
$10. Yeah. Yep.
Blow it out of your ass. I'm not buying it. You heard it here first.
I probably will.
I
let's be
will
honest.
actually. Yeah.
You know what else we hope is probably not $70? Because they also announced a GTA 5 refresh, like an upgraded graphics for the new console, which I don't know if it was you or Zach mentioned, like they've bought GTA 5 like 5 different times.
Yep, I have.
I bought it twice on 360, Xbox One, which is insane because now you can buy it on a 3rd generation of console. That's nuts.
The fact that this game is still alive
Yeah.
blows my mind. And they're still updating it. They're still putting content into it. This thing is almost, I want to say it's 10 years old.
Yeah.
It's because it takes so damn long to make an open free world like this.
You're not
To where you
wrong.
can literally do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that it's been up for so long. I mean, I will say I haven't played it in a while, and I've never really got into the online stuff. So take my opinion with a.
Don't.
You don't
It
like
was
it?
fun. Online was fun
I
as
see a
hell.
bunch of
It was
clips
fun.
from
It
it.
was cool. It was cool and everything was fine until they took away all the fun shit, which was the cheats and everything where you can get a bunch of money really quick.
You can still do that.
I mean, you can still do it, but it's so tedious now. And then, of course, everyone else has done all the cheats and whatnot. So if you haven't done them in forever, guess what? Don't step outside because you will get blown up.
Do you like lose all of your stuff if you die in that game?
No, but say, for instance, you're in your car and they blow it up, or the game doesn't register it as them blowing up your car and they say it's your fault, you're going to have to pay for it. And if you're already broke, guess what?
You lose
You're
that car?
even more broke.
Do you lose the car?
No, you have to pay for it to get it back.
The only
Getting
thing I see,
impounded.
the only thing I see from that stuff is just like TikTok videos of people griefing car meets because people will just like walk into car meets and just blow them up.
Exactly. That's another thing. You'll be just minding your own business.
It's such a move. It's
out
so
of
fun to
nowhere,
watch.
Flying flying motorcycle comes and rails all your shit.
Hey, watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
Exactly. Watch out, RKO. Boom. All your cars are gone.
So good.
That stuff is so funny to watch, but it is insane. Like, I mean, I would imagine that game still pulls a lot of numbers and still gets a lot of views. Like, I mean, why release a new game if you can literally go 10 years on the same engine and platform, quote unquote?
Just keep
updating it. It's smart.
Another thing that's, I think the reason why this game is still getting a lot of money is because people are doing a lot more role playing now with this game.
I've seen that too.
So it's like mainly just on PC.
Yeah.
But it's like people do a lot of modding on it. So it's like you can basically do anything and everything. So this game is perfect for it because it's a massive open world map. So it's like,
that's another lane of TikTok is people like modding and role playing as like cops and Grand Theft Auto, which I guess sounds kind of fun, but also like, didn't that get old? Like, wouldn't that get pretty annoying if you were?
You're basically just reliving real life in a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of sad and depressing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha. Speaking of sad and depressing, what else do we see here that you like? Do you guys ever play the Gran Turismo games? Because there's Gran Turismo 7 coming.
A little bit back when I was younger. I haven't touched it in forever. So I would be kind of excited to see how that one plays out.
Let's watch it.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Okay.
Maybe go to like 3/4 the way.
As soon as you said something. Here we go.
There's a lot of customability.
Better not be a PS exclusive. But you know it is. 'Cause I don't think Gran Turismo came out besides PlayStation. Okay.
Yeah, you get to just. I don't really like racing games.
Really?
I think they're boring.
I only like racing games because of the fact, well, like, I guess the most fun racing game I played was Need for Speed. Well,
Need for Speed.
Bro Speed.
Bro, freak.
I love those games.
But yeah, Need for Speed Pro Street was probably my favorite because it's like you could do just drifting, you could do just drag racing, and then you could also just regularly race.
Yeah.
And then there were some little elements where it's like you could do a little bit of both.
Yeah, Need for Speed Most Wanted was my jam. That's what me and the siblings played all the time.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Because that one, you could do like open world stuff. You could do, normal races. You could do, drift races. It was it's different though, because these like Gran Turismo and Forza are more like real simulation style. Like they'll actually do real esports racing competitions with like real drivers on these. Those ones are a little bit more,
Realistic.
unrealistic, but they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I haven't got into a racing game in quite a while. I can't do it anymore.
My brother used to all the time with those. He liked them a lot, but I don't know. I could never get into them because
Midnight Club.
it's the same thing.
There's no guns.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a certain cap of like one-on-one with someone or like playing against people. It's like, the end goal is to race versus like where Call of Duty, there's a lot of different ways you can approach things. And I know you can do that in like a driving game too, but it's not the same. I don't know.
Different. Yeah. The one cool thing about racing games though is like you can kind of see what the future of graphics are going to be because it's such a controlled environment and there's not too much going on outside of like the car. They look amazing. Like they look there. I remember watching a trailer when the original Xbox One came out. They're doing like Forza, demos.
Horizon 3.
Yeah, and there was one on a display unit at Best Buy, and I was like, is that a real video or is that a video game? Because it was legitimately difficult to tell, and that was like 4, 5, 6 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah. Stuff's crazy. It looks good. There was also a God of War, Ragnarok. Anyone announced? Are you a God of War fan? You too? Yeah.
Played like one of the first couple God of Wars on my OG Xbox, but
You mean PlayStation?
What I'm hearing is
God of War.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
PS exclusive.
I
Sorry,
think Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Gears of
Got you, baby.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
What I'm hearing is Evan is a Call of Duty
Yes,
little slut.
Battlefield and Call of Duty.
Not much I
But yeah,
say that.
no. God of War, yeah. I actually really wanted to play the second. Well, I mean, if this is going to be the newest one, the one before that.
The 2018 one?
Yeah, I really wanted to play that a lot, but I never got around to it. But if they have a remake on the PlayStation 5, I will buy a PlayStation 5 so then I can play that. And then
just steal Evans. If he's not playing Call of Duty at the time. Might be a hard one.
If it's during the new Call of Duty, off.
Yeah, I played the new, the previous God of War because Denton bought it and like went through it in like a weekend. It looked really great and it was really fun. The last God of War I actually played fully through was the one on the PSP, which was so much fun. God, I miss my PSP. I think I still have it somewhere, but just, nothing's out for it. Yeah, I've always liked God of War. Like they're fun puzzle games and the mythology around it's really fun. The storylines are dope and the gore is awesome. Great. It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah. The new one looks very similar to the 2018 one. Like I think the graphics are updated and tweaked a little bit. They have, of course, it's like Norse mythology, Ragnarok, and they had Thor in there, and he's played by the guy in Sons of Anarchy. I forget his name, but the voice acting is great on it, and the Thor in it is like fat.
Oh, is
funny.
he?
Yeah, because apparently that's more what Thor is like depicted to be in Norse mythology, which is kind of funny. Like Fat Thor in Infinity War, whichever one was. Yeah. So
Fat Thor.
In game, but no one's
in game. That's what. Yeah. So that looks pretty fun, pretty cool. What else? Did you see anything else from the announcement that you just really dug into?
Not really.
Yeah.
Just those. The new games are more what my speed are. Well, more my speed. What the what?
What the hot?
What the huh? Yeah. Like new games coming out are more my alleyway. So
Nice.
I'm actually really excited about this Wolverine game because it's made by the same people that made the Spider-Man game. So
No kidding.
I feel like you can't up.
That'd be pretty hard.
And if they did, I would probably cry.
2 months later.
Dude.
You just see me in tears. They
messed it up so bad.
You know who didn't mess it up? The sponsor of this week's episode. This episode of the PhoneBuzz podcast is brought to you by Nomad. We've raved about their wireless chargers day in, day out, week in, week out. We absolutely love them. 3-in-1 wireless charger. You throw your Apple Watch, throw your AirPods, throw your phone on it. It looks great. Flex on your friends. Flex on all your broskies. Yeah, they got a lot of fantastic products out there. Titanium, Apple Watch bands, braided chargers for your iPhone, and more. Check out the link in the description of this episode if you want to check out that gear. Not only are you fitting your tech with high quality gear, you're also supporting the PhoneBuzz podcast.
That's us.
There we go. Got it that time.
All right, let's go.
All right, boys. It's time for the feature story tonight. From 9 to 5 Mac. We haven't yet seen the iPhone 13, which is actually coming tomorrow if you're listening to this on Monday. But a new leak yesterday, claims to offer our first look at the so-called iPhone 14 coming in 2022. The leak comes from John Prosser, who detailed the rumors in a video posted to YouTube. Prosser says he's seen real-life images of the iPhone 14 Pro Max and created exclusive renders based on those images. Previously, Ming-Chi Kuo reported the iPhone 14 series will remove the notch design for a new punch hole design, and these leaks seem to corroborate that prediction. According to these new leaks from Prosser, the iPhone 14 will not feature a camera bump, something made possible by an overall thicker design. The design bears many similarities to the iPhone 4, you heard that right, with round volume buttons, and that the glass sits on top of the antenna bands. The chassis is said to be made from titanium, something that has previously been reported by analysts at JP Morgan. Chase. That's the thing they do. An important caveat to all these rumors, however, is to remember that we are still over 1 year away from the expected introduction of the iPhone 14. This means that many things could still change prior to any official announcement from Apple. So, iPhone 13 coming out tomorrow. We're already talking 14, I guess. What's your guys' reaction to this?
I think that I kind of like it actually. I think I like that they're reaching back in their bag for some old designs and say, how can we make this better?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. I just like that touch of nostalgia. Jesus, words are hard. Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Because it feels good.
Yeah, it feels good to kind of get a blast from the past.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do like that they're actually trying to get rid of this notch. That was probably the one thing I hated about the design of the iPhone 12.
Really?
Is this notch with the camera square.
Huh.
Because it's like, why?
Oh, you mean on the back of the phone or the front of the phone?
On the back. Like, why would you get rid of that? And it looks from, like, I guess the renders here, it looks like they kind of did away with that, too. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, based on the renders, there's no camera bump, so it doesn't like protrude out from it. It's more
So
flat.
I kind of like that, like because sure, it's a thicker design, but like ultimately you don't have this weird ass square on your phone. And then
It's a thick boy.
I saw some other renders too, like floating around that it's like gonna have a second little square here that's gonna have your little HUD, if you really want to call it.
Oh, like a second display.
Yeah, it's gonna be like where it's gonna have some of your notifications up there in the time. I don't think that's really gonna happen, but you know, that'd be gigabrain. Apple, you listening?
Full cap.
Yeah, that's a toboggan.
Yeah.
That's a toboggan. But yeah, I do actually really also enjoy that rounded circle volume buttons because I feel like those are a lot easier to press in rather than these thin lines.
Huh.
But then again, I never went without a case. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's my fresh take on that.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like the design. I like the fact that they're bringing it back to the 4. I like the rounded buttons. It's definitely different, something that a lot of people haven't seen in a long time. The no notch is sexy, but we also have to take this with a grain of salt. It's just over a year until this is going to happen. They always do this every year. They release renders. They're like, okay, this is what it's probably going to look like, and then something's a little bit different, or Apple doesn't do one thing that they say they did. So part of me wants to believe it, but knowing from like last year where they're like 120 hertz, smaller notch.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're hopefully going to get those right this year, but those have been happening for like 2-3 years.
Right, 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So they'll keep saying it. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not.
I didn't see this.
The front of the screen, it's hard to see in that render, but allegedly they're putting a hole punch design on it instead of there being like a big old tub notch.
Picture.
Why don't they just do what they did or what that thing did? Just kind of
because you can still see the pixelation on it, and it degrades the quality of the selfie camera. Like, I mean, they have one lineup of phones. Like, it's okay for Samsung to do something like that because, like, it's a very low volume product, and people that have that are likely okay with the compromises. But I mean, Apple, I don't think would ever do that because, yeah, they got one shot, can't miss their chance to blow. Opportunity comes once in a year.
They always make sure it's sound.
Yeah, gotta make sure that thing's. I mean, they still have a notch for God's sake, so they're okay with like keeping some questionable design choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get half these things, which I'm okay with. My biggest, and I did watch a couple of videos to better inform myself on this, but I think the camera bump being smushed is likely not going to happen, just because of how many sensors you have to fit and the size, like the physical size of them. Apparently, they're working on a way to like turn it sideways for like a periscope one because that takes like the most physical space. But even with those, I don't see. Maybe they'll make it thinner, but what's the point? I mean, you reduce some like wobble if it's on its back on a table. Most people have cases, so it's not a big deal. So I don't know if they go through that trouble. Then again, it is Apple. They like to over-engineer things for form over function constantly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think we'll get that. I never had an iPhone when they did the round buttons. I don't know. I don't know if I like those better. It looks a little out of place. I don't know. I like these. I like the long. They are kind of thin now that you mentioned it. They could take up more space.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that kind of goes to the second question. Is like, what features do you guys think are the most likely to happen and the least likely to happen?
That's a solid question. I'd probably say like the round buttons. Probably like I know a lot of companies. Just one major one, Samsung. They made fun of this whole camera notch. So I feel like that is the one thing they're going to focus mainly on trying to get rid of is that. Because I know whenever Apple decided, hey, we're going to have a whole camera notch here just so we can focus on that camera. Samsung went hard on that. They're like, someone's going to be waiting in line with these weird ass dupe.
The haircuts, yeah. Pretty cool ad.
So, yeah. I think they're going to try and get rid of that first, and then I guess they're going to do the circle.
Okay.
That's about it. Like you said, I don't think they're going to get rid of the notch for the back of the cameras.
The camera bump, the big old oven stove, the oven stove back there.
Yeah.
See, I think they would take away. Oh, man, I think they would change the back and the buttons overall, if anything from that, they're not going to do a hole punch display. There's no way, because they've been raving about, like you said, the whole notch and everything. And it's not just the camera. It's also the speaker, and it's also the Face ID technology. And so if you're slapping a Face ID thing behind the display, maybe it's a little, I don't know how that works. I mean, Samsung does it, but I don't know. I don't think after a year of them chopping that and making it smaller in terms of the notch, I don't think they're going to do another year of making it even smaller, because it took, you have the X, XS, 11, and now the 12, and now the 13. That's 5 years until they can finally make it smaller.
That is assuming the 13 is going to be smaller.
True.
Yeah.
And it may not be. So for them to just be like, okay, we made it smaller this year, and now it's not here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that's...
I agree. That's a weird
realistic.
It's a weird timeline to take on these products, because to your point, the normal notch, the big boy notch, the Grand Cherokee notch, that's been there
Canyon.
that's been there for 4 years now.
Yeah, it's insane.
That'd be nuts.
I mean, I could see them taking a big move like that, kind of like what Devin said, but I don't know. I don't know if it's as realistic coming from the 13, especially if the 13 is going to be voice crack. If the 13 is going to be like the big year, and then the 14 may be like an S year.
I don't know.
what
Is
I mean?
the 13 a big year though? Or is it an S year? I mean, we're going to get different cameras because, of course, we're going to get 120 hertz likely, maybe a smaller notch.
I think
it's a big year.
S year, actually.
You think this is an S year?
Because this thing was kind of a big year. The 12.
Yeah, but they didn't change anything.
Yeah, they did.
Not really.
It was a design refresh.
Yeah,
was gonna say
design.
design.
That's about it.
That's usually how they end up doing the big changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually falls like 5 to 6, 6 to, well, I guess 6 to 7 wasn't that big. 6S to 7 wasn't that big.
But I mean, if it's true that they're gonna drop the notch, that's a design refresh.
True.
True.
They don't know what they're doing anymore.
I still am very
knows.
hesitant on the whole smaller notch thing this year.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there have been. I have not seen any like real life images, because we've gotten renders, of course. I haven't seen any real life images of the smaller notch.
Comes out tomorrow, right?
From the time this comes out, yeah. So this comes out Monday. Next Tuesday is when they have the announcement. So that'll be our next episode, is recapping that. That'll be tons of fun. Those are always good. I don't know. I think the most likely, this was a small detail, is having titanium around the side, which would be a warm welcome if they can fix the stupid micro scratching fingerprint magnet that is stainless steel silver.
It's so bad.
I can't stand that. I hope they fix it.
It's so terrible.
Yeah. Another small detail on this is the speaker grill at the bottom. It's not individual holes. It's like that mesh looking thing, just like on the iPhone 4.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like
it looks like it should have the old 30-pin charger next to it. It looks weird.
Yeah,
That's what the
lighting
4
for
looked
it.
like.
Yeah, that's funky. I also don't.
Try.
I'm 50-50 on this one. I don't think they'll go back to a full glass back. Or sorry. This polished glass back on the Pro series. I don't think they'll do that.
I don't think they
they'll
will
stick
either.
with
At
the
least on the
matte.
Pro series, I don't think they'll do that.
No, on the standard one they'll probably stick with it, because they've been doing that forever. I want them to go back to metal. I miss the aluminum. I gotta be honest. I like how that felt better.
It did feel really
On like
nice.
the 5 and stuff.
On
6.
the 6, 7.
Oh.
You didn't like that?
I mean, like, it was cool, but it did feel a little strange, honestly, going from a glass back to just that.
See, I think it feels more like substantial, and I've never understood the argument that glass feels more premium. To me, glass feels sticky because it sticks to your skin a little bit, and it cracks easier. I've never understood that. I do like the matte glass back feel. Anyways, let's see. So here's an important question, because this was a debate on Twitter. A lot of people are saying that since we already, the 14 looks like a big design refresh compared to the 13, like, why are we even hyped about the 13? Should we just wait for the 14? So should people hold off on this upcoming 13 and wait for the 14? What do you think?
No, you should not.
I agree with that.
You should not wait.
Why do you think that?
You can't. Dalton, one of the guys from work, has been.
See a sheep?
You call me a sheep?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. I originally debated getting the 13. I was like, maybe I'm gonna wait a year, go with the 14. This is the year to upgrade. This is even though it's not maybe like the biggest physical change, this is the biggest change that I genuinely think for Apple in a long time. They've been talking about 120 hertz forever, for so long. Now it's finally coming. Like, that's going to be a huge thing.
Can I asterisk that? It's huge for you and people that know it's there and think about it. Average user probably won't really notice. I will throw that pin
that's
in there.
fair.
But I mean, I agree. I agree that like this is one of those things where, you know, sometimes it's just a color of a phone that gets us going, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to upgrade to that. We've done that numerous times.
Yes.
But this is one of those things. It's like 120 hertz. I will buy it. I don't care what everything else is. I want a phone with 120 hertz. So I agree with your point there.
What are you doing?
You really want your
She's
drink.
rolling down in the deep. What were you were saying something else?
No, that was about it. I think this is the year, just because
This
it's
is one.
for the devoted Apple fans, the sheep like me.
Yeah, you're right. For the sheep and the devoted, it is a very worthwhile upgrade.
I think not.
Oh, okay.
I think you can, like, okay, you can wait off. Should you? Up to you. I think that's subjective.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Like, but you definitely can wait off.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like oh my God, this has so much going on for it. Like, I have to get the iPhone 13 compared to the 14.
That's fair.
So, I mean, unless they drop some just major bombs on this 14, they're like, hey, here's this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, then you definitely should wait. But until that happens, you can honestly get a 13. And if you want, upgrade to a 14.
exactly. I really, really hate the mentality of like when something gets leaked like this, people are like, oh, just wait till the next one comes out. And then the exact same thing happens next year, or it happens at the 6-month mark, whatever it is. I hate the whole like, yeah, exactly what you're saying. Like, oh, the leaks are coming out, so you should just wait for it because it's going to be this much better. And then as we get closer and closer to leaks, like the expectations get dampered. It's not what we thought it was going to be.
Right.
And it's like, oh, you got to wait till the next year because the next one's going to be awesome. I hate that. Same as Devin, like if you need a phone, get a phone. If you don't, if you're already thinking about holding on, if you don't want to upgrade, just don't upgrade. Like you're not going to miss too much unless you really want the 120 hertz display. You know who you are out there. If you don't care, you don't care. If you want it, you're going to buy it.
Right.
So I really hate the whole like, oh, I can't believe the 14 rumors just came out. Yeah, we don't even need to think about the 13. Hate that. Another thing too is I watched this video today, and it kind of like confirmed a little bit of what I'd been thinking for a while. Is from Taylor of Tech. Shout out Taylor of Tech. He makes great videos. But he was talking about the cost of actually getting a new iPhone every year. Because if you buy your iPhone outright, if you buy $1,000 phone, they keep about 80% of their value. So over the course of a year, if you buy the new one and sell your old one, and assuming you can keep 80% of your value, you only end up spending like $250. Yeah, $200 to $250 every single year, which makes sense because if you hold your phone for, I think the way it mathed out is if you hold your phone for more than 4 years, then it actually makes a little bit of sense, and you're actually like, I don't know what the right term is, but not losing more money on it. But if you keep your phone for 2 or 3 years and you do like trade-ins, like you're losing a lot of money compared to people that buy the new one every year and then sell their old one for about 80% of its value. Kind of opened my eyes a little bit because like, again, it makes sense because if you buy it outright, they retain their value really well. You can get most of it back, and it's basically like you just rented a phone for $200 every year. So there's my argument. I'm going to get the 13. I'll probably get the 14. I imagine Devin will be the same. Sounds like Devin might be the same too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Perhaps. We'll see.
Does this change anything that you were thinking earlier about 13?
No.
Gotcha.
Still going to cop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're sluts.
Yeah. You can also cop this in case you missed it because we teased it. We have to talk about it. So there will be something missing at 2 Whole Foods stores opening next year. The row of cashiers. Amazon, which owns the grocery chain, said Wednesday that it will bring its cashierless technology to 2 Whole Foods stores for the first time, letting shoppers grab or cop what they need and leave without having to open their wallets. Cameras and sensors track what's taken off shelves. Items are charged to an Amazon account after customers leave the store with them. But there will still be an option for those who want to pay the old-fashioned way. Self-checkout lanes will be available that take cash, gift cards, and other types of payment. What do you think about that? Because you had sent this story in.
Yeah, I did.
Are you ready for the dystopian overlord?
No. I'm not ready for this.
Yeah?
I'm not ready for everything to be like... This kind of reminds me of the movie The Sixth Day. Have you guys seen that with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Okay, so it's like set in the future where it's like everything, you basically, it's by your thumb. You pay by your thumb. So if you don't have your thumb, you're
Jeez.
but like, yeah, the whole premise of the movie is like he ends up getting killed. They reclone him, and then he's trying to figure out. Well, he's not trying to figure out. He's trying to get his life back, and then his clone's actually trying to help him. He's like, "Oh, I didn't even know I was cloned. I thought it was you." But anyway, so I just don't like this whole thing of not seeing a person in a store.
It's very strange.
It's very strange to me. Like, I mean, the self-checkout, that's still a little weird to me.
Really?
Even though I'm a sheep and I go to it all the time.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to talk to them.
Exactly. I am totally okay with it for that reason. I just don't want to talk to anybody or see anybody.
It's just so strange because it's like you get to walk out of the store without anything. Like, you don't have to pay. That's the part that trips me up. It's like, if you still had to do the self-checkout, that's
I
fine.
feel so wrong.
But exactly, I would feel wrong walking out of the store after grabbing something. And it's like, I don't like that. It just gives me bad vibes.
Yeah,
Bad vibes.
I don't know enough about the technology and how the cameras and sensors actually work. I am disturbed by the fact that like if a camera's like IDing you every single time you pick something
That's
out,
what I'm saying.
That's a no-no. Because that can be used for advertising because they know. I mean,
Right.
they might already know what you
They
buy.
probably already know.
But like,
They do.
But like, if you're picking up, grapes or whatever it is, you start to get ads for different grape companies. Like, I don't like that level of.
It's Amazon. You
Targeting.
know that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, 100%. Jeffrey Bezos has got to get it.
Looking at
Jeffrey
you.
Bezos.
Put your back into it. Show us why.
on.
Show us how.
Get it
You
back
can do
into it.
Come on, Jeff, get him. Doo-doo-doo. I still think about that song on a daily basis.
Yeah, I know you do.
It's
Because you
so
sing it
good.
all the time.
It lives in your head word free.
I hope he wakes up every morning and sings that.
You know he does. His
probably
alarm
does.
clock plays it.
I hope.
His
he does.
Amazon Alexa plays it every morning.
Hi, Jeffrey Bezos, born in 1964. Evan, what did you? I know you seem to be against this. Do you have any final thoughts on the whole dystopian future?
Yeah, I think we're going to get there. It's going to happen regardless whether or not we want it to or not. It's just weird, the idea of, like Devin said, walking out
That's weird.
and you're good, you know?
good.
Like, you're just like, oh, wait, I'm okay. I'm not being chased, you know?
In a way, this kind of does away with shoplifting. But who the is shoplifting at a Whole Foods?
Well, I think you'd have to set up an account on Amazon and like set up payments and stuff.
I was going to say, how are they going to know
Yeah.
you have an account, though?
Then you have to set up a card.
Like, can you just not grab things off the shelf if you...
Well, they
You
said
know
you
how-
have a cashier.
I imagine it's like how if you do Walmart pickup, it knows your location. And so as soon as you get to the store, it recognizes, hey, you're here. Like, we'll start bringing your stuff out to you. It'll probably be like that, but it'll have a tighter geofence around, or just the moment it recognizes you in the area, then it will start looking for your face at these different pickup locations.
Yeah, what if you just don't have an account?
Then
And
you
you
have
walk
to
out.
then you have to go pay for it.
But-
That's stealing.
But you walk out.
Yeah, that's
stealing.
stealing.
Sure, but they can't catch you.
Yeah, they can.
Sure they
No,
can.
they
They're
can't.
watching you.
Well,
I mean, sure, but like
there's cameras everywhere. They
Right.
see your face.
But it's not like you could be stopped at the door.
Well, they're not going to do that anyways.
They didn't say
Like,
that
we don't
they're
do
not going to be security guards now.
They will still have people on staff, is what they said, as many as a normal grocery store to like help people. We'll see how long that goes.
Yeah, whatever.
And
See
to
how
like
long
you
that
gotta have
lasts.
people restock it, of course, right? But it's just like at Best Buy. Like you can't stop somebody at the door. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if I should even say this. Like any store, they don't want the employees stopping people because it's like a safety liability. Like that person could hurt you, and then that's
Yeah.
not good for anybody.
That's fair.
So I don't know. I see what you're saying, but
Yeah.
you walk in there, you walk out, you're still stealing.
I mean, I'm aware that's what
No,
that is.
nobody would realize it, but
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Amazon will realize it.
I know it's not. I know
Somebody's
it's
gonna
still
catch on.
frowned upon. I'm just.
Everyone watch out for
I don't
Evan.
know.
He's going to come in your
Whole Foods,
store.
where you at?
Jeff Bezos is going to be just on security cameras the whole time, just watching.
He's gonna
Come on,
watch you.
Jeffrey, you can do it.
Come on, get your back into it.
Jesus Christ.
Look at where you came from. Look at you now. Look at us now. That's 100 episodes of the PhoneBuzz podcast.
We made it.
Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you listening to us goof around. Yeah, can't say enough.
Here's to 100 more.
Cheers. Counts.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning to another episode of the PhoneBuzz podcast. You can also watch us on YouTube if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe, drop a like. It really does help us out. Hit us up on Twitter at PhoneBuzz, and that is PH1BUZZ, and catch all the latest news and announcements from the show. If you're feeling froggy, take a leap on over to our Patreon. Links will be in the description below. See you guys in the next one. My name is Evan Krause.
I'm Christian Crawford. So sorry.
I'm Devin Davenport.
Have a good night. Peace.